Fans have been discussing the issue. Sams reported yesterday. KID coach officially resigns from the Singers cast. Yes, no expectations. KID's recognition came very suddenly. Fans speculate about this. This is the team's new operations president. The grassroots cleanup without Jerry. The news is that even Arvin could be traded. The Monkmen will completely surround the flag. How to evaluate KID? The first time I was in Las Vegas. Why did he suddenly leave the team? What will happen to the sequel to The Monk? Today, let's talk about this. KID's departure from the post. KID's removal of the monogamous species. It was a complete surprise. On the one hand, he has 40 million euros left on his 4-year contract. It's not going to expire anytime soon. The other side. The Monk is currently undergoing a review. The pressure is not great. The team has not played in the final. The first battle of the war was against a team that was flying the US flag. The book should not be asking too much. In this case, why is KID suddenly leaving people? The news is coming from ESPN. Mad Mahome reports. The news was originally. The owner of Jumont is fully licensed. Apparently, the president of operations, Jerry, is not making a decision. KID to leave office. The news also revealed that the first is that Jerry is not a writer. KID is not included in the list of those who know. It's a morning after tomorrow. The story is a story that has been told. We'll just look at it again. KID's career as a self-made man. I'm really after 3. The first is that the government is not going to be able to do anything. He is a self-made man with 5 races to his credit. The team only played in the postseason for 2 years. The game is 21-22. The only one left in the final. The last champion lost forever. 23-24 games. The only one left in the final. The last time I saw a man who was a champion, I was in the middle of a fight. This is the final round. The team has been in the game since the Red 6-11. The third time they have been eliminated in the final. The KID's lineup may not be as stable. The internet is still good. What is the meaning of this article? The Monkey Man has been in the building since 2011. The first time I saw the video was in the video. The first time I saw a video of the video was in the background. The first is that the brain is not the only one that can see. KID is not a tactical boss. His offensive tactics are quite rough. After Luke and Arvin, the only tactic is to fight. The two were handed over to the police. The government has also been trying to force the Taliban to stop the attack. Of course, this is not a problem. Basketball tactics are basically based on individual ability. So this attack on the school seems simple. The first time I saw the video was in the video, and it was a great day. The attack was a surprise to the public. KID's defense level is very good. He is also known for his anti-aircraft tactics. Serious use is very online. He is also a good defensive midfielder and a good defensive midfielder in the hidden positions. The next race in 2024. The only way to fight back is to fight back. The final of the tournament. The KID is not involved in the operation. The attack was carried out by Luke and Arvin, who left the team behind. The rules of defense emphasize regional defense. Some of the ideas of KID are being monitored. But the same thing. When the core level is not strong enough, KID's attack fail. Arvin is a big fan of the sport. AD injured regrets the deal. As mentioned earlier, the most powerful warrior in the Conqueror's home. I'm not even 19 years old. The flags of the country were thrown at the hands of the Taliban. He is still in the process of getting his hands on everything. KID has no attack corps that can fight a full war. The battlefield is a great place to start. Some might say, the government has also been criticized for its lack of transparency. However, the history of AD health. The strategy of the Monkey Man is not a bad one. KID was a school for the attackers. This is a problem. So, the tactics are uncompromising. The two sides of the border are integrated. KID's rating is not too high. The last time I saw the video was in the middle of the night. KID is really strong. The first time I saw the movie was in the movie The Secret Life of the Galaxy. The last few races. KID controls the dressing room. The first of the best on the internet. The giant star in his hand. No one will oppose his mission. The government has been openly. I am a fan of KID myself. I'm willing to play for him. The first is that the government is not going to be able to do anything. Thank you for your support and support for KID. The most convincing example. Look, originally traded out of the squad. In the year 2025, the world will be in a unique place. He is a member of the KID strategic system. The whole thing is gone. The number of unemployed people in the country. This is a very important point for the people of the country. I'm not sure what to do with this. This is a very unimaginable situation. There are KIDs in the country. The dressing room is hard to move. This is the first time. The unique beauty of the ancient history of the archive. This year's newcomers are included. Many people want to play under the ashes of KID. Apart from the dressing room, KID's other strengths are education for young people. The first race, KID is in the middle of a debate. The flag is placed at the number 1 position. The role, though flagged, is A. The first is the Goldilocks and the second is the Goldilocks. He was a good student and he was a good student. But there is no denying this. This is about the growth of flag. The first is the greatest day of the year. Flag finally completed the transformation. The race is now a must-see. The game was played in front of a trusted organization. The flag is not a flag. The letter B is the letter B. The first is the KID, which was shot in the back of the head. This is the real KID that surprised Sheila. From 1 to 5. The first is the Battle of the Sexes, which is a game of chance. KID is a new way to train newcomers. The book is consistent. This is more than just. I'm also a big fan of the KID version of the mainstream. The following is a list of the most common types of. The decision was reversed. Some of them are very rude. The current head coach. The overall capacity of KID is significantly stronger than KID. It's not much. The only hot spot. The first is the story of the young man. Kerr and others have always been talking about this. What is the meaning of this? The level of other mainstream. The first is that the country is not going to be able to bridge the gap between the two countries. And we've also mentioned it before. KID and Ball have 4 years left on their contract. The value of the shares is 40 million. This is a good time to think about it. This is a paycheck. The Chinese government has also been trying to get the Chinese government to pay for the death penalty. There are no reasons for ranking. This is a good example. The KID is not related to the ability to teach. The other possibilities are excluded. The reason is that there is only one reason left. 5G Re is a new technology for rebuilding the ban. The country is a major player in the global economy. Clean up your own system. The group is also known for its strong leadership and strong leadership. The first is that of the KID after the trial of Nico. The first is that the company is not a business. I want to climb up. The wishes of the management of the singles. Duman refused the offer. The first is the golden age of the internet. 5G Re is welcome to leave the dragon. 5G Re is a new technology. I'm not sure if this is true. From 2013 to 2025, he served for 12 years in Toronto. The first time the Tigers beat the world champion. One more time in the Eastern Region final. The first time I saw a woman in the car was 3 times. The most famous map is the trade. The second wheel is sent out. The first is that the internet has been used for a year by the internet. The first is the battle of the sexes. The results are clear. If it hadn't been for this operation, the Tigers' rivalry crown is still shaking indefinitely. What is the best way to get professional people to do professional things? Perhaps Duman's first thought now. What is interesting is that the company is currently in the process of acquiring a new business name, KID and the former main event. The problem is that the internet is not the same. After a couple of KIDs, the name CGO is used to indicate the interaction between equipment and teams. 5G1 will always be open to all kinds of offers. The first is the chip offer for this year's handball draft. This is a clear example. The only thing that is certain is that the Monkey Men will make a change in the lineup. Power to rejuvenate team. The flag is the flag of the country. He also said, the news of Arvin's offerings came out. 5G1 is also open. So, what is it? The first is the self-agent. This is a big problem. Arvin is a real dealmaker. The word scam is a bit of a misnomer. But I was careful to come. There are some reasons for this. The first is the rebuilding of the city. Arvin, 34, and Flag, 19, are the only 2 people who have ever been to the United States. The first is that the government is not in the same debate cycle. This is why we are here. The deal with Arvin is very logical and difficult to deal with. We should change the issue to a question. The first is that the company is not a financial institution, but a financial institution. Arvin is interested in the team. How can I get the chips? The city says, Arvin, 34, is a young man who is a real hero. The official who was seriously injured in the ACL. The number of robberies in the market is not the highest. So he's interested in the team. The first is the somewhere over. The team is not a team that is not afraid of the world. The team is not high enough. The main idea of the new race is to create a new race. It's still a mess. Training for young people. The first time I saw the video was in the video and I was surprised to see the video. This is the way it is. The scope is said to be small. Arvin is probably only 3 teams that will continue. The first is the urgent need for a ball-holding player for the CC. Fire that can help fight. The second is yesterday's speech. The number 1 missing Grey Wolf. The third one was due to lack of qualifying controls this year. The Rocket is a series of mysterious books. The team has been a huge success in the past few years. The first is to get the right people to know each other. The 26th year of the Lottery District handball draft. And we don't even have the courage to say. They are willing to go to the bathroom. Arvin's performance after his injury-plagued return. So what is the problem? I'm also a big fan of the idea of a new home. Arvin is not for sale. The price of the product is not the price of the product. The government has been trying to get a better response. It's possible that Arvin was paid after the accident. The new series will return some of the value of the games. And then trying to trade. The first is that the company is not a financial institution. It's nice to talk about Arvin's departure after the show. We have to solve the last 2 problems. The first is the election of newly recognized leaders. After all, the military is not a fight. The military is currently reporting. The most likely candidate for the role of the sole protagonist is 3. 1 is the current assistant coach of Vogue, Lonely Mind. This is the boss of everyone. New Day with a horse or a beard. He is a bit more successful than that. The first time was in 2001. The story of the death of the first president of the country, Aloubakara, is still remembered by many Houthai fans. I also think he is the best choice for the contest. The second is the assistant to Grey Wolf, Mikkel Nori. The natural history is rich. The story of the king, the tiger, the golden fleece. The team has been assistant coach for several national teams. The government has been trying to get rid of the Taliban. The first time Nori tried to kill him was in a series of tests. The third is the horse-drawn defense assistant, the younger Suini. He posted 5 of the contests in the Direct to Consider contest. He was the first person to be elected to the Senate. Last year, I came to the Koan. The evening was like a team's home game. The 5 Gree is determined to play big cards. It is difficult to consider the former kid's assistant. I've been thinking about it for a long time. The first is that the young man is not a good defensive player. The Church of the Holy Spirit is a powerful aid to love. Of course, these are just speculations from Autumn fans and the media. The 5G is a powerful tool. The main event is online. Whoever is elected, the Autumn fans should not be disappointed. The new contestant is not selected. The last question to be solved is the only way to get rid of the monkey. The story is about a young boy who is a stranger to the world. The only thing that is important is to keep the flag in check. The first is that the government is not going to be able to do anything. The first is the use of the internet to help people. The West Bank is a hotbed of violence against the people of the West Bank. It's too hard. The team is still in the process of rebuilding. The first is the showdown of the showdown. Flag's current development path. The first is the LB. So if you want to find his players to impress him, the first is that the spacecraft can travel to the top of the world. The first is the building of the building, which is located in the middle of the building. Based on this consideration, the first time I saw the video was in the video game, trying to grab a gold coin. The newly created network is now being used to build up the network of new and existing networks. The first is the space-based interior. The WCCJ is a model that can be considered. The number 9000 and number 30 were on their hands. The government is also trying to use the internet. The second is the second line of the game, which is the second line of the game. The internet is block. The first is the newest. In short, the development of the single-minded man's material has unlimited potential. And they are on the rise. I'm not sure what I'm doing. For example, Greyhound Day is a fantasy as soon as possible. The hardcore model has also been able to contain the IFE, and the fastest possible way. But the end of the season is near, and the end of the season is near. The Rithima protests against the opposition. The first time I saw the video was in the middle of the night. This is the place where the whole world has been uncovered, but at least now the loneliest. The first is that the government is not going to be able to keep up with the demand. The 2 teams were right.